I want to thank you all for being here today to help us celebrate Equal Pay Day in 2012. And I serve in this legislature with a very diverse group of individuals, including Senator Glenn Grothman, who hails from Washington County. It's so important that we are here today to bring attention to the wage disparity and other discrimination that still exists against working women. Now, when Governor Walker made those statements, he was actually defending the signing of a law to repeal Wisconsin's Equal Pay Act, something that Governor Walker did in secret on April 6th, just days ago. Now, I was already fuming about Governor Walker's decision to repeal this law, along with the other War on Women bills that he signed in secret. Now, Governor Walker signed those bills on the Friday before the Easter weekend, and he did so in secret. He didn't invite the media, he didn't invite the public, he didn't even invite other legislators. And I can only assume that that is because he understood that his actions were outrageous and that he will pay a price, not just among women voters, but among all voters in the state that do not want to see us going backwards. There are too many of us that are fighting back as Republicans continue to wage this war on women, and we are not going to let Governor Walker or Senator Grothman or any of the other perpetrators get away with this any longer. But I think it's important, as we are here to celebrate Equal Pay Day, that we also understand the gains that have been made for women, for families, and for workers. And we continue to prioritize equality for women and girls, especially in the economic sphere. Now, Walker and Grothman are not the only men who have attacked women's rights and equality. Mitt Romney, who said as president he'd, quote, get rid of Planned Parenthood funding, he is an enthusiastic participant in this Republican war on women. Now, I'm waiting with bated breath to see if Romney will stand by his statements calling Governor Walker a hero and a man of courage after Governor Walker's cowardly signing of those war on women bills in secret. I'm wondering if he's having any second thoughts about using those words to describe our soon-to-be former governor's actions in taking away women's rights. Wonder if Romney agrees with comedian Stephen Colbert, who conferred a facetious award on my colleague Senator Grothman, calling him a lady hero for his repugnant statements that I read earlier. And I guess that makes us all lady villains, so I'm proud to stand with you. But Romney's camp stumbled when he was asked where he stood on the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act. That was the first law that our president, Barack Obama, signed when he took office in 2009. So it should have been a tough question for Mitt Romney. Should women get paid the same as men and have the right to enforce it in court? But yet, his campaign has still not answered specific questions as to whether or not, as president, Mitt Romney would support the Paycheck Fairness Act, or whether he would support actions to help enforce equal pay for women. This issue is not going to go away, thanks to the backward statements and actions being taken on the state and national level. The fact that we have so many men in leadership positions that feel comfortable to express these out-of-touch sentiments and take actions like repealing Wisconsin's equal pay law means that we have to mobilize and swiftly to make sure that our voices are heard, today and every day. That's why we're here today. Now, I'm here as a legislator, but I'm also here because I work for it. I'm a wife, I'm a stepmom of 2 daughters, and I believe that women and girls deserve to participate equally and fully in the social, economic, and political life of this country. Ultimately, that is what equal pay is about. I've said it before, and I'm saying it again. We need more women in positions of power in social and economic and political life. We need more women running for elected positions, more women running businesses, more women at every level of our society. I'm grateful share their different perspectives on Equal Pay Day. And I thank each of you for taking the stand with us. Next, I'm really thrilled to introduce Lauren Fahey. Lauren was born in Wisconsin but grew up in Minnesota, and very wisely she decided to come back here to live and go to UW. She's now a graduate student at the University of Wisconsin studying social work with a focus on mental health.
Thank you. As Elda said, I'm a UW-Madison graduate student working towards my master's degree in social work. So I join you today to bring a student's perspective regarding equal pay. I'll be graduating in a few years and re-entering the workforce. And while I realize that the field of social work is not known for its lucrative, high-paying jobs, I do expect to receive the same salary for doing the same job as any other person, man or woman. It's shocking that women in Wisconsin and nationally still earn much less than their male counterparts for doing the same job. When I watch shows like Mad Men, I can't help but reflect that although we think we've come so far, we're sadly dealing with many of the same issues 40 years later. I'm appalled by Governor Walker's signing of the equal pay repeal, and I don't understand why the Assembly and the Senate leadership prioritized this repeal when they were supposed to be creating jobs. Trying to discourage women out of the workplace is not a legitimate job creation tactic. Senator Grothman's ridiculous statement that money is more important to men, this completely trivializes the gender pay inequity as something that women choose or should just accept. Well, I don't. I won't accept anything less than a fair and equal playing field. I'm just as committed to my future career as my male counterparts. I'm paying just as much for my education. I expect to work just as hard. I intend to make just as valuable a contribution to our society, and it is just as important that I be equally and fairly recognized, appreciated, and compensated for the work that I do. My final message goes out to any elected officials that accept and promote gender pay inequity. Luckily, women still have the right to vote, and so do the men who respect and care about them. And this is not something that's just going to fly under the radar. Our voices will be loud and clear, especially at the polls, until equal pay is a reality in Wisconsin. There's a lot of work to be done, and I ask you to join me in this fight. Tell your friends, your family, your classmates and coworkers that gender pay inequity is unacceptable, and that we won't stop fighting until this is truly a thing of the past. Thank you.